Jayda here, back with another video for you all today, and we're here with some TheWorldSMP. Gosh, I didn't even know what I was going to say then, but you guys are probably wondering where I am, and actually, well, the footage that I recorded just before wasn't good enough, so we went through a bit of problems with the portal. I seem to be getting too close to where the portal should be, like it was linking to other people's portals, which I didn't want. So I ended up having to rebuild it in a few different locations for about 5 times. So I finally got that to work, and this is where we are going to be setting our camp up, which is pretty cool. This episode we're going to be basically building our house. Sorry, I'm lost for words right now, guys. All this stuff is from Rayman 11. I got most of the cobble myself and a few stacks of wood, but he let me borrow some of his supplies, so thank you, Rayman. And this pick in my inventory is Unbreaking 3, Efficiency IV, and Silk Touch 1. I brought it from a shop at spawn. As I said, I didn't lose it, but I didn't want to use the gameplay before, so I might, if we have time, go back to the store and I'll show you that I brought it. But I got it for 6 diamonds at a new store at spawn, which is pretty cool, and I'm happy with that purchase, which is nice. So yeah, let's get started on this build, shall we? Let's put those two there. I actually don't have a sword on me right now, and I have 0 diamonds remaining, which sort of sucks. I need to go mining again, but I went mining off camera and I got tons and tons of supplies. As I said, if we have time, I'll go back to an ender chest and show you guys, only if we have time though, because these episodes can't last forever. But if we don't have time, I'll just show you guys next episode. But I sort of want to get the basics done for this house. Let's turn that volume down so you guys don't screech this unbreaking of grass in your ears. But I actually have a story, because I know buildings can be a bit boring when you build them, so hopefully I can entertain you guys, hopefully. So I'm going to be talking about a topic that I'm quite familiar with, actually, because it happened to me. So if you guys watch some of my videos, I may have mentioned before, I think I might have, that oh, by the way, I'm doing a medieval build, as I should have probably mentioned. But I broke my arm. It's probably a good 2 years now. I was in grade 7 when it happened, so yeah, I'm in grade 10 now, so yeah, about nearly 3 years. Well, it's probably 3 years now, but it doesn't even feel like 3 years, because when something happens like that to you, you really you remember it, and it's not the best experience. So basically what happened, if you guys don't know, there's this little thing called a ripstick. It's sort of like a skateboard, but it's not. You guys, if you know, you're probably like, that is so lame, no one uses lipsticks. But back where I live, that was sort of popular around that time, which was about 3 years ago, and they were really popular. It's basically a skateboard with 2 wheels. You actually got to kind of be good to be able to do it, but I was actually really good, and I was sort of, you know, like, up myself. I used to go to these people's driveway, and I was the only one that could go down the driveway without falling off, and you'd pick up some speed. And at the bottom of the driveway, there was actually like really ragged rocks. Like, if you didn't fall off going down the driveway, you were going to fall off going like on the road part. But I actually was pretty known to do that, so I used to do that all the time. And then I came home one day and I rode up the road where this big hill is, and basically there's this hill, and it goes down a long way. So I went up it, and then I normally turn around and go down, and these ripsticks pick up a hell of a lot of speed, and you have to go side to side just to get them to like, you know, like slow down sort of thing. So you like swerving everywhere just to get these things slowed down. It's hopefully these monsters don't come and eat me right now, so I do lag a bit on the server. But yeah, so that was interesting. I flew down this mountain going swervy swerve, car came down, I just would have got splattered, honestly. It wasn't the best decision. I don't recommend you guys doing it, but yeah, that happened, which was pretty sick. And there's basically this place where you can like it's not really a drive down, but like it's a footpath that goes down, and then there's like this old part of the footpath which is it's like where they've redone the footpath, which is like, sorry guys if I'm like stuttering when I'm talking, it's just really hard. I've never really done a build with talking at the same time, so it's sort of my first. But like basically it's this place that the council builds the footpath, and then they, after a while it gets old, so they start and they come up and bring a new footpath in, and they don't destroy the other one. So there's these, basically there's a height difference in it, and the way I was going, which is I picked up tons of speed and I was just going up, and I normally jump off because there's basically no way you can pass this part without falling off and, you know, doing whatever. But this time I was sort of in one of those moods, and I just stayed on there, and basically I hit the old footpath and flew off, and I put my arm down to basically stop myself from like hurting my other body, and I've snapped the 2 bones in my left arm, and I can tell you that thing kills. You don't want to break your arm. Like, as a kid, I used to always be like, I want to break my arm, like at school, and they used to be like, no, you do not want to break your arm. And yes, it's true, you do not want to. It's not fun. Basically, I was going home, which was just up the street, and I was walking home, and basically I forgot to tell you guys this, but my grandpa was actually at my house at the time, and I never wear a helmet when I do this, so he was like, make sure to wear your helmet, and I was like, no, I'll be right. And he was still there at my house when I came back, and he looked at me, and he just was like, get in the car, and then my mom took me to the hospital. My Poppy stayed at home with my grandpa. Poppy, if I say Poppy, it's just grandpa, but I call him Poppy. And so yeah, that was pretty interesting indeed. So that's what happened with my arm, and then I got rushed to the hospital, and then so my arm was flopping here. You just had to look at my arm to know that it was broken, basically. Oh, there goes my phone. Hopefully you didn't hear that, guys. But yeah, so my arm was fully broken, snapped both the bones in my left arm, and the doctors were telling me that I would have to have pins in my arm, which at that age I was really scared. I didn't want pins in my arm. Like, those things friggin' hurt. Like, they basically have to stick these needles in your arm, and they have to stay there, and then they put a cast over it, and I refused to get that. So basically my arm was on, like, it was a cast right up my arm. It wasn't a elbow one, it was fully up to my armpit, which wasn't comfortable. It was not comfortable at all. It wasn't fun. I had to get it actually reset every week. I would have to go to the hospital, which is about 40 minutes drive from where we live, and I'd have to get a new cast every time, and then new people would sign it, and you know, that basic stuff. But yeah, so that wasn't fun. And to make things worse, there was it was a school camp that was coming up, and it was like a week later after I did this to my arm, and it was a reef trip. So basically, if you guys might not have been to the reef, depends where you live, but it's just like coral, and it's really, really nice, and it was for a school trip, and we're going out for like, I don't know what, I can't remember what it was, but it was gonna be really nice, friends and stuff. And basically I couldn't go because I had this cast on, and my mum said that I couldn't go, but she said she would have let me go if I had the proper cast, because if you guys didn't know already, you get one like this white cast before you get your proper one, and it's not waterproof. So my teacher was trying to convince me to go and just be the photographer, but my mum said no to that, and yeah, that was sort of the end of that. So I stayed home that time, but luckily I actually did, because oh gosh, stop messages, stop. It's probably gonna just keep going off, but luckily I did stay home because they all got sick that day. They went out on a terrible day, and they all got seasick, and it wasn't a very nice place. It was raining, and it wasn't even that good, so I'm sort of glad that I stayed home, but it's an experience that I won't do again. And since then, I still haven't actually got on my ripstick again, which is, you guys probably like, you're just a wimp, but after that happens to you, you sort of have doubts that it's going to happen again, and your wrist is never the same. Like, for instance, when I shake my hand, it feels really weird on that arm, but I have like a strong arm and then I have like a weak arm, and I predominantly use my other one for that reason, because it's really uncomfortable. But yeah, one thing I am glad about is that I didn't have to get pins, because basically they said if it didn't reset, if this bone didn't set in the right, well, these bones, because I had no muscle in my arm, if they said if it didn't reset, like set in the right spot, then they're gonna have to re-break my arm and like sew it, like not sew it, but like put these pins in it, and that just like freaked me out, because you know there's those some kids, you guys might have been one of them, who like they always do really rad things when they have these broken arms, but I was one of those ones that just had to sit down, not even use my arm, because I was so scared that they were going to have to get my arm and re-break it and then stick these pins in it, and that just frightened me so much. I was like, I am not getting that done, no, I'm not getting that done. So I basically refused to get that done, and that was sort of funny. And yeah, basically when I got it off, it was sort of funny because like your arm is never the same, and I walked out of the hospital and I was like, oh, my arm's tingling, is this normal? And it was actually the arm hairs on your arm, because they haven't been exposed to sunlight in so long that they just start rapidly tingling on your arm, and it feels so strange. So my arm was like tingling for like the next sort of few days, and then yeah, I had to do so much physio just to get my arm back to normal, because you'd be surprised after having, I think I had it on just over a month, that without using your arm for over a month, you lose everything in there. You can't even bend your arm. And because I had it in a cast that was right up to my armpit, my arm was permanently bent in a right angle triangle, which was really, really uncomfortable. I had to sleep with because when I had my cast, I slept with my arm above my head because I couldn't bend it because it was in a right angle. So I basically slept like that for a few, like I think it was like a year onwards after it. I still slept with my arm above my head just because was not used to it whatsoever, which is pretty scary when you think about it. But yeah, my arm's still not the same, which is sort of strange, and I wish it wasn't like this, because you know, like, you don't want a bung arm, and yeah, like, I don't know, just yeah. So that's my story anyways, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let's go here. So yeah, moral of the story, don't break your arm unless you want to not be able to go into the water for so long and all that kind of stuff, because it is not fun at all. This is what our house looks like so far, by the way. It looks alright. Definitely going to add way more detail to it. There's going to be like pot plants and stuff here. I should probably go grab some dirt, actually. Oh, so many mobs and stuff. Don't have a sword because I just didn't make one. It broke while I was mining, and I just never ended up making a new one before this, because I'm sort of running out of time, because it's 6:15 and this episode still hasn't ended, so I have to push the time to be able to get this video out for you guys on time, but it's going to be late as it is. But anyways, there's not too much we can do about it, but I'm going to grab some grass. We'll just grab it from over here, I guess. And we're just going to lay this down so the grass, because we're going to grab dirt from here, and then the grass needs to spread onto these dirt blocks, which takes quite a while. I don't have a shovel, guys, sorry. Don't need too much though, that should be enough. So we're going to plonk these down over here, out the front of these windows, and hopefully the grass spreads to them, because it takes quite a while, so I want to do this now. And the grass from this block will go onto that block, and then make it a grass block, which is pretty cool. And there we go. We're going to put some flowers on here. We can do tons of stuff with it, which is pretty nice. And we can add more detail onto here, but I'm just going to finish a bit more of this design, and then we're going to go back to spawn, and I guys can show you some stuff in my ender chests and stuff, which is pretty nice. There we go. But yeah, I had, like, if you guys are wondering what color casts I had a purple one, I had a pink one. I think I got purple multiple times because I didn't really like the other colors, so I got purple most of the time, I'm pretty sure, but I did get a pink one. And yeah, and you're like, everyone wants to sign your cast, and then it sort of gets old, and you're like, hey, back away from the cast. I don't want you signing that. I don't want you signing that. And it ain't nobody got time for that. And yeah guys, basically I also purchased some thumbnails off a artist recently. Hopefully they're going to be ready. I haven't heard much back from her, but I'm getting a factions and also a prison thumbnail made by Ashley's Graphics. The Ashley Plays MC, if you guys have heard of her. $8 for 2, which wasn't too bad of a price, so I brought them. Hopefully they're going to be ready, because the first factions episode goes up this week, so I want to have them ready for them, but I'm not entirely sure if they will be ready. Hopefully. There we go. So this is what our house is going to basically look like, and we're going to have some lanterns and stuff. There's going to be like some parts that come off on the side. There's probably going to be another layer on top of this one probably, and then a roof, and then we have some buildings off it, and we could make this like a little town sort of thing, like a medieval town, which will look pretty cool. So let's go head back to spawn, and I'll be just a second. Alrighty guys, welcome back to spawn. Let's take a look at this ender chest, and I got tons and tons of iron, and I got tons of gold also. There's a diamond pick that you saw from the clip at the start. I can show you a clip right now actually with that in it, so I'll be straight back, watch it, and I'll be back in a minute. So we're actually in the cave, and I've spotted my first diamonds while mining. I got tons of iron and that you probably saw in the first clip. Oh, yes, we can get a pick. And he goes to the nether portal. Hell to the air. Alrighty guys, so that was the clip of me getting my first ever diamonds on the server, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. So I'm not cheating at all. I'm getting my diamonds legit. Just in case you guys were wondering. There we go. Let's organize this a bit. Oh look, perfect. Sweet. And look at this nice looking shop. It's like new on the block, and I really want to buy some steak off here because I always need food, but I don't have a diamond. Look how sweet it is. It's welcome to Pimp's Slaughtery. Great name. But it's 1 diamond per stack of 64 steak, which is really nice. He also does leather, which is pretty sweet. So I wish I could buy some of that. It would be really helpful because I'm always going to the farm to get these potatoes, and they're really annoying to cook as well. So anyways, when we get a diamond, I'm going to do that. But this is the shop that I got my pick from. I got it from this section here. Let's put that over there now. But 6 diamonds in there, and it's a new shop on the spawn, and it sells like all different enchanted items. So we got the diamond picks. These are only efficiency and not breaking. We have tons of diamond spades that are nice. I'd love to get that one, to be honest, but I have no diamonds. I would buy like one of everything in here. Like 1 diamond sword, 1 pick, 1 shovel, 1 axe, but those swords aren't very good. What is this axe down here? That one looks pretty good. But this is the sword I want. Sharpness ivy, unbreaking 3. That would be pretty nice if you ask me. What are these bows? Nothing really spikes my interest in the bows, but I'd love to get a shovel and an axe and a sword from there, which would be nice. But I need to go mine some diamonds. I'm nearly at 30 levels also. I got iron armor as well, which I just used from my mining adventures. Anyways guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely comment down below if you are liking this series so far, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye!